Everybody in this room has a song in them, has a book in them, has something special and a special blessing. Don't leave the world looking back saying, I could have tried that. I should have. Why didn't I? I might have. Do you understand that? What I found and what life is about, guys, I'm going to talk about this afternoon, life is a search for the truth. That's what life's about. Basketball, you play basketball. There's a time clock, which is an hour, and there's a scoreboard that tells us whether we're winning or losing. Are you winning or losing in life right now? Maybe, maybe not. Today you're winning, okay? Today you're winning. But I didn't know, and I'll tell you why I didn't know. When I had 2 jets, a Citation 7 and a Citation 2, Rolls-Royce, Ferrari, all the money in the universe, and still, I haven't lost all those things, but I don't have them all right now, okay? It was kind of a scoreboard of things. You raised the family. And I didn't know whether I was winning or losing, because when I had $60 million sitting in the bank, just $60 million in cash sitting there with no debt to it, was I winning or losing? If you said, how much is enough for us, I wouldn't have been able to tell you. And I can tell you, I talk to a lot of my wealthy friends and I say, how much is enough? And they can't tell me. So how do we know whether we're winning or losing? What is life about then? Life is a search for the truth. When I say it's a search for the truth, it's a search for the truth every day between you and the God of your understanding, okay? What is your truth today? What are you supposed to be doing today? The scoreboard, the time clock is simply today. Every cross-religion I've studied believes that if there's a God in this universe, regardless of what you call it, there's a power that makes the sun come up and down, the tides go in and out. That's up to you. I'm not going to debate who that is. But they all agree that this God did not build us with enough energy for tomorrow, next week, and next year. And I was always in tomorrow, next week, and next year. In other words, next deal, next this, next that. What? And when we're in tomorrow, next week, and next year, all we will find there is anxiety, frustration, fear, and doubt. And we're not supposed to have it. Human beings weren't built to have anxiety, frustration, fear, and doubt. That comes from human people. Today, guys, if we stay today, here we are in a beautiful ballroom. Our bills are paid. We're not dying today anyway. You know what I mean? We're going to go back to a nice house. The weather's beautiful. What do we got to worry about today? Nothing. And we're not promised tomorrow. You see, so we start to understand how life works. It's, what's my truth today? Your truth today is there was an inner voice that put you in this room for a reason. Now I say don't quit. The difference between the Kevins and the Russes and the Madsons and the Trumps and well, not Trump so much because his dad gave him $20 million to get started with. But the difference between all of us who started with nothing and built something is we got this, we decided to get this grit. And that grit says stick and stay till you get your pay. Don't quit. You can't lose unless you quit. And guys, let me tell you something. You can't have failure unless you quit. You can't have failure unless you quit. You have to have success, because failure is nothing more than an experience to help you make better decisions. You'll generally find, at least I have, with most of the guys that I know in this realm who've had a lot of success, we've had an equal, if not more, amount of failure. Let's look at baseball. Batting average in baseball, 300. You get a $5 million contract for that. What does that mean? You bat 300, that means you get up 10 times, 7, you're out. Struck out, flew out, out, sit down, done, fail. You only win 3 times out of 10. And that's virtually in every sport. How many times does a basketball player have to shoot to make a basket? How many times does he fail? Way more time fail than succeed. Babe Ruth, everybody heard of Babe Ruth? One of the all-time home run hitters. What most people don't know is he was also an all-time record breaker for strikeouts. He had more strikeouts than any baseball player in history. Babe Ruth would strike out, he'd run back to the dugout, he'd have a smile on his face. And he used to make all his teammates mad. He'd come back with a smile, they'd be like, why are you smiling? You just struck out. Babe Ruth would say, because I'm that much closer to my next home run. You see, Babe Ruth knew we can't have a home run without a strikeout. We can't have a win without giving it a try. We have to practice, we have to train it.